VW Eurodrive, now empowered.
From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. Our top stories this week. The CSIR showcases its new housing technology. We look at the Navy's new submarines, and the government is pondering the future of the PBMR nuclear reactor project. The Council for Scientific and Industrial Research has developed a technology that will benefit communities that depend on subsidized, low-income houses in South Africa. Dennis Ndaba compiled this report.
While much progress has been made with housing, the provision of housing is a national priority. Using innovative design and construction technology, CSIR researchers have developed a demonstration house with significantly improved performance and sustainability. If built according to CSIR specifications and on a large scale, such houses will be constructed much faster and at similar costs than those built using conventional methods. The research was funded by the Department of Science and Technology and is in line with its mandate to develop technology-related solutions that addresses socio-economic issues.
We have 3 houses on the site here. We have the original RDP house, and we built the same house next to it but with superior finishes, and that costs considerably more. So the challenge to us was, can we take the basic RDP house and at a small incremental cost, or perhaps at the same cost, have the kind of level of comfort as the home that costs considerably more. And we've been able to do that by using innovative technologies developed at CSIR, such as the ultra-thin concrete base as a foundation instead of digging foundations, which means you can roll out the houses much more quickly, much more easily. We have used a modular structure for the building blocks, so that they're pre-designed, pre-cast and fit together, even at corners, and at the place where the wall meets the roof, so that you use blocks that are cut at the same level as the pitch of the roof, so that you don't have to struggle with cutting on site and having bits of blocks all over the place. So when people are building a house like this, you do not see bits of block lying around because of the modularity, zero waste approach to the manner in which we have built, as well as better delivery of services, better plumbing through the manner through the use of innovative plumbing structure.
Last year, the South African Navy completed the acceptance of its 3 new Type 209 or Heroine-class submarines. Keith Campbell reports on the results so far.
South Africa's new submarines are making an impact on the global naval stage, as the Flag Officer Fleet, Rear Admiral Rusty Higgs, highlights.
Internationally, the South African Navy is making a huge impact. And if one looks back a little bit further, just over 2 years ago when we exercised with that NATO task group, the first time they'd ever come around the southern tip of Africa, they were considerably impressed by South Africa's naval warfighting capability. And I was very proud to be part of that.
In the 2007 exercise Rear Admiral Higgs was referring to, one of South Africa's new submarines, the SAS Mantatisi, was adjudged to have sunk an entire North Atlantic Treaty Organization task group of 6 ships. But how expensive are these craft? I put this question to Commander Andrew Soma, captain of the SAS Queen Mojaji I.
Quite an expensive platform to buy initially, but a very inexpensive platform to run. The Daphne was basically getting quite old, the parts obsolete, so it was expensive to try and get the parts. These 209s are very popular conventional submarine in the world, so parts are not too much of an issue to actually get hold of. The main advantage of this submarine over the existing Daphne class that we had, I think, is the range of the sensors and the type of sensors we have. Submarine has also got many more sophisticated systems on board which are fully automatic. The weapon is guided now and not fire and forget. The range of the submarine has increased, its crew has decreased, and in general the performance is probably 2 or 3 times better than the French boat that we had.
There is currently a lack of clarity about the future of the predominantly state-owned Pebblebed modular reactor project. Keith Campbell has the story.
What are the government's intentions regarding the country's fourth-generation gas-cooled pebble-bed modular reactor, or PBMR, project? I put this question to Energy Minister Dipuo Peters.
I'm unable to give you a direct answer now because Department of Science and Technology, Department of Energy and DPE will be soon meeting to discuss about ITEMBA, NEXA and PBMR, because it is important that we have a common understanding about PBMR. We are busy with what is called the Integrated Resource Plan. That is the Department of Energy taking it to the IMC, the Interministerial Committee, as well as Cabinet, about the nuclear, not nuclear necessarily now, but all the necessary resources that we need to use for power generation. I made an appeal to the role players, and I always make it that those who are knowledgeable, those who understand nuclear, should be out there in the community helping us to demystify nuclear, because the bid could be delayed by those who are anti-nuclear power generation because of the behavior of other countries, and also the examples of Chernobyl and Nagasaki, like I raised an example. So we need to be able to try and erase those memories and show the safety that is also going to be considered as part of the nuclear belt going forward.
And now for a sneak preview of this week's Engineering News magazine. Read how South African Navy's small but modern seagoing fleet is attracting global interest. We officially report that despite the doubters, the Moses Mabhida Stadium is officially complete. And read how a Gauteng hospital has installed a 1.6 million rand solar water heating system. And in Mining Weekly this week, in our cover story, we report that the diamond industry is starting to see a slight glimmer of the old sparkle in the distance. Harmony Gold will produce more gold and save jobs despite shaft closures. And read how the new Kolomela mine fits into Kumba's overall iron ore business. That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insight into South Africa's real economy.
Creamer Media's Mining Weekly delivers unmatched insight into Africa's premier industry. Breaking news, visit miningweekly.com. Creamer Media's Mining Weekly, empowering mining.